here. So our final conversation this morning before we get up to the news, talking about midday news and then sunny side up, is sadly about family. I say sadly because it's a scenario that up until last week, we had hoped that a lot of people would be more vocal about things like this. And I say I'm actually just speaking about myself and a few of my friends who have been following stories like this. But we get to hear them very, very regularly. Now, recently, we had a feeder celebrate its 34 years, right, in operation, and we heard rep from feeder here in River State highlights a very disturbing trend. Now, back in 2014, back in 2017, and let's see where else. I think sometime last year, there were cases of incest recorded across the country. But of particular note for us this morning is here in River State. Very worrying scenario. Now, let's start, as always, if we can. I ask you to indulge me. All right, let's start, as always, with a definition. Okay, so let's quickly get to what incest is, just in case you don't know or it sounds foreign to you. Let's quickly do that. All right, incest. There we go. So, incest, sexual relations between people classed as being too closely related to marry each other. Sexual relations between people classed as being too closely related to marry each other. And also the crime of having sexual intercourse with a parent, child, sibling, or grandchild. So, that's the definition of incest. But the question is, what would cause individuals to, as it were, have incestuous knowledge of their relatives? Once again, the definition is having knowledge, sexual knowledge, right, of someone who's too closely related to you. So, between father and daughter, brother and sister, mother and son, mother and maybe cousin, direct cousin, it's too close. Auntie and cousin, I mean, it's too close. But it happens. And sometimes it does happen between individuals who are, in all honesty, below the age of consent. So, the International Federation of Women Lawyers in River State, as FIDA now, has said that incest and drug abuse is on the rise in the state. The acting chairperson of the group in the state, Nena Ibokwe, who discloses in a statement in Port Harcourt, called for collaboration among stakeholders to end this menace. She said the failure of people to report such cases to relevant authorities is responsible for the rise in this heinous act. Now, this is where our conversation is having its bedrock on. The fact that sometimes these things happen and then family members want to shield it, want to protect it. I remember, if memory serves me very correctly, and I think it does, there was a case some years ago of a lady who was running away from her house, from her husband's house. I think she even got here to the gates, to our gates. Then Wazobia, who was, I think, was it one of the presenters then, was called to speak to this person, to this woman. The woman was literally running away from her husband because the husband was having carnal knowledge of her daughter. She had found out. It's not the first time. I've read stories online on social media of people who, raised alarms about how somebody close to them was having carnal knowledge of family members. But the question for us this morning that we try to answer is, why are some crimes treated as family affairs? And yes, incest, particularly of an underage person. So this is a father having carnal knowledge with a daughter, or an auntie having carnal knowledge with her nephew. All of these are crimes. Why then, particularly when it's the man that is caught, why then do families shield these stories from prosecution? We've heard of people call and say no, they want to handle it as a family issue. It's a crime. The spokesperson, Ibokwe, is saying the members of the public should stop seeing that crime, it's a crime by the way, as a family affair and report perpetrators so that there's going to be a way to deter others from the wicked act. So, as we sit down this morning, so wrap up our conversations this morning and head up into the afternoon, my question is this: what exactly, why? It doesn't make sense to a lot of people who are listening, who have actually tried to prosecute. But if you sat down the lawyer, they'll tell you that's the scenario that pans out on a very regular basis, particularly here in River State and in the South. I know of Bayelsa as well. Why would a crime like this be treated as, in quote, a family affair? Zero 08179230002, 08179230003, 08179230007, and then the female caller line is 08179230009. WhatsApp and Telegram available on 0809-030-6416, 0809-030-6416. Please, when you call in, do well to turn down the volume of your radio set, and when you get screened, please just state your name quickly so that we can get passed into the studio. Hello, Port Harcourt. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, Honorable Dad from Nkoro.
Good morning, Dad.
You know, so there's people who know what our activities is outside. And then most time you say family will handle the matter. I didn't take that as a crime. So that I did something wrong in my family and someone want to go to police station, maybe family members intervene. I don't use this matter to go to police station. And they know that when they go there, they will spend a lot of money. And now, judgment did not come one day. Before I think the matter will go to police station, from police station to prison yard, and now they start spending money. So that's why most will withdraw their case from police. Not that it's a crime. I didn't take that one as a crime.
But the law says the law says it is a crime. If you have carnal knowledge of a minor, of somebody who's under 18, particularly a child, it is a crime. Particularly when it's now incest. When a father decides to have knowledge of his daughter that he gave birth to, it's a crime.
That one is crime. Now that one, I'm okay. If it is that one, yes, the family is not supposed to handle that matter, because they handle that matter, that crime will stay up. That particular thing will stay happen again. This particular one, he said, they can take it to police or anywhere, but any other matter that is minor should be a family matter. But anything that kind matter, you go to police station, so that the person will not go back and do it again. So if you take it in a family way, the person will go back and do that same thing. Thank you. All
right, thank you very much. But that, unfortunately, is the reality before us. That when some of these cases, in fact, most cases, as some of the professionals on the field would tell you, are unreported. They are underreported. People don't get to report them. Why? Because they want to keep it in the family. The family will solve it. So I'm curious. For example, now, and there are a good number of what do you call it? Tribes, right? And traditions in River State. I'm curious. What's the traditional practice, right, for somebody who commits incest? What is usually done in your community? Hello, Port Harcourt. 93. Good morning.
Hello, Jude.
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome, please.
JD on the line.
Welcome, JD.
Very important topic you have this morning. I think what the families need is enlightenment, encouragement, and to have the courage to do the right thing against their own sentimental feelings. I can understand why some families don't want to make it public.
Why though?
Because they feel it's an embarrassment to the family.
Okay.
That is the major reason. They feel it's an embarrassment to the victim. It's an embarrassment to the family that a family member could do this to another family member. So they are trying to hide the shame. So it's actually a taboo. You know, incest taboo is a crime on the legal angle, and it's a taboo culturally. So why most people don't want to make it a public affair is because they are trying to hide their shame. So, but what we need to understand is that the first time to stop a fire is when the fire is just starting. If you allow the fire to continue, it will be too big for you to handle. So people like that who are antisocial human beings should be put in their place, because you are there trying to cover your shame. But there's a bigger problem in keeping that kind of person in the family, because that person will continue in that act. So the best thing to do is to summon the courage, damn the consequences, and do the right thing and put that person behind bars.
Okay.
Because if you don't do that, that person will continue in that act. That is the bigger danger.
Thank you very much. MD is on Stadium Room. Good morning, MD.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good
Welcome.
morning, Port Harcourt.
Good morning. Hello, Port Harcourt. Good morning.
Mr. Jude,
Yes, please.
it's a crime, and it should be dealt with it seriously. That person should not see the light of the day. Jude, I have an English dog, Caucasian. Do you know that it's an offense for a Caucasian, male Caucasian, a son of the mother, to crossbreed it, to cross it with the mother or with the sister? It's an offense, because if they decide to cross themselves, brothers and sisters decide to cross themselves, there are tendencies that even though they give birth, the children will die, or probably the children will not behave like dog. Now, these are animals. Talk more of human beings. I have a female Caucasian, and each time the son wants to look as if he wants to climb the mother, I'll beat the son mercilessly.
Oh,
I don't allow it.
Animal cruelty.
So if you want to do it, you have to look for another one, different from the mother, different blood.
Okay.
So those kind of crimes should not be just dealt with kid group.
Yeah, but why do some people hide it? That's what the field is talking about. Why?
If this man do it, he do it intentionally, and if he do it intentionally, the law has to take its course. So I blame the judiciary, because they shouldn't cover anything. As far as they get it and they find out the man is guilty, the man should be sentenced.
Okay. All right. MD, thank you very much. All right. Once again, if you just join us, we're talking about cases of incest in River State. Well, it's not an easy read. It's a part of my skin that's crawling right now. But then it does happen. But the question for us is, why do some families keep it a secret? Rather than prosecuting, because it's a crime. It's a crime against the state. It is a crime against the state. Hello, Port Harcourt, 93. Good morning.
Hello, Jude.
Good morning. Welcome, please.
So I didn't finish my point before the line went off.
Apologies.
Cut me off before the line went off. This is JD.
Welcome, JD.
Yeah, if you look at the bigger picture, one of the things we need to address in Nigeria is the uniformity of our laws. You know, in Nigeria, we have the Sharia law and we have the Nigerian Constitution running side by side. You mentioned something about sleeping with an underage. But is it really a crime in the law to sleep with an underage? Jude, are you with me?
Yeah, we're listening to you, please. We're listening to you.
Yeah, so I need a feedback from you on that. Is it a crime? Because we've seen situations where they give out 13-year-old in marriage, 13-year in marriage, but not a public event.
Well,
don't address that issue. That is a problem staring us in the face already. Because like we're operating double standard. So if you grow up in that environment, living with a minor to you will not be a crime.
You might not see it as a crime, true.
You get the point.
But our focus is the incestuous relationship. It's a crime anywhere.
No, I'm just saying it because you mentioned it.
Yes.
That's to let you know the diversity of law in Nigeria.
Yes.
We know that ordinarily, morally speaking, it is wrong to have any kind of knowledge of a minor who doesn't have the maturity to make decisions for him or herself. What I'm saying that in Nigeria, in the northern part, that issue needs to be addressed.
Indeed, it needs to. Indeed, it needs
Even
to.
among animals, incest is a taboo. Just like the other caller tried to say, in animal science, it's called inbreeding.
Yes.
It's called inbreeding. When animals of the same sex try to cross themselves, the offspring normally dies. So that tells you what nature wants, even naturally. By the law, by nature itself, it is wrong. That's why I'm calling on families to summon the courage to put those people behind bars and damn the consequences. Thank you.
Thank you very much. To put them behind bars. Oh dear. Sorry about that. The crime of incest is covered by family members just to protect the image of the family and for the family not to be stigmatized by people. Ezekiel from Rumudara. Stigmatized by people. But what about the child who suffers the enormity of the sexual assault? Isn't that child's feelings meant to be considered as well? Hello, Port Harcourt, 3. Good morning, please.
Yeah, good morning. Thank you. My name is Francis coming from Port Harcourt.
Good morning, Francis.
Yeah, I've been listening for a while. I would like to ask, when you say this is a sin, an offense against the state,
yes,
and let me take it back. And when our people say this is a sin against the land, you see, they have different connotations. Against the land, you have sinned against the land. It is an abomination.
Okay.
Okay? And the state say you have contravened our laws. Okay? So we take it to court. And you are not guilty until you are convicted to be guilty in the court. But when you commit an abomination, it is still going to be judged. The elders will be there and they decide, and there are witnesses that say you did this abomination. It is an incest, or you committed murder, or you spilled blood in one way or the other. There are different punishments from different places. I'm not from River State, but I'm close to River State. From my place, you may be banished. Okay? There will be stigmatization, not only on you, but on your family. You'll be stigmatized. And it is a more serious issue than what we call a sin and a law against the state. Which you see that person coming out to become a rep member or house member somewhere. But in the villages, then it is an abomination. There is a stigmatization. People will look at you and your family. It will always be there. Look at them. They committed an abortion. Or they committed an abomination. Or their great-grandfather committed an abomination.
Yes.
Banished. So it remains there. So it's a very strong thing that makes people abstain from these things. They may even go away from that community. They may never see them ever again.
Fine. So why don't they bring them out so that the courts judge them? Why shield them? Eva is in Rumigbo. Good morning, Eva.
Yeah, good morning, Jude.
Good morning. Welcome, please.
If I want to align myself with the last speaker, it is the problem of stigmatization that makes families to try to share this situation from public view. For instance, in my place, if such a situation happens in any family, it is almost impossible for any human being to marry from that family forever.
Wow.
Because when you want to marry from any family, there's what we call the underground checks. And these underground checks are usually very, very independent. You go from a place to go and make those checks. First thing they will tell you is that that person, that family, no, they sleep with themselves. And nobody ever wants to marry from a family where you have such a threat of incest. Again, the communities have a better way of handling these things than even the conventional judicial system.
But how?
To court, let me tell you now.
Yes.
You take him to court.
Yes.
Maybe go through the system and maybe gets maybe 5 or 6 years or 10 years imprisonment, and where he now gets into the prison and even gets more problems. In my community, when you commit such an abomination, it is brought. Families don't hide it in the community, because if you hide it, people will know. and they will expose it, and the boomerang will be more devastating. So the community is upon itself to take the matter up. The person is ostracized from the community for as much as 20 years.
Wow.
You will not be seen anywhere near the community. You will leave the community for about 20 years. Within quick period, some local remedies and traditional works have also been expected to guard against the negative impact of that abomination on the community, on the family, on the individuals involved. Conventional judicial system will not be able to do this because it's the spiritual and the traditional bad omen that the conventional system will not be able to handle. Apparently, that is why people want to handle this at the local community level than taking it to the courts. Even the men from such families, even when they want to marry from outside, people discourage their kids and kin from even accepting such marriage because they believe that this runs in the blood. So the problem of stigma is very, very potent, as well as the distrust in the conventional judicial system to give adequate bent and give the necessary traditional solutions and cleanups that be required for this kind of things. That's my take.
Eva, thank you very much. And it is a fantastic breakdown for us. Pleasure to have heard from you this morning. Now, in my place, if you commit incest, you are made to do what is called ikwala. In other words, to appease the gods because it is seen as an abomination. Chidi in Port Harcourt. All right, Jude, incest is a taboo. However, family members hide it because of stigma attached. Offenders should not be shielded. Okay, offenders should not be shielded, but we often have them shielded across the state, and that's what Frida is saying. That look, people should continue or right now stop shielding individuals who are caught in incestuous relation, particularly of minors, because a lot of these actions are not done, like we said. You can't. The child cannot give consent. But what often happens is that from investigations, some of these actions are done forcefully. Some of these actions are done forcefully. You hear of uncles forcing themselves on children, on their own nieces, no less, which is actually befuddling. Pedophilia is a different. Let's not even get into, but why someone who is close to you? That's the worry. The International Federation of Women Lawyers in Rivers State, our beloved Rivers State, has said that incest and drug abuse is on the rise in the state. The acting chairperson of the group in the state, Nena Ibokwe, who disclosed this in a statement in Port Harcourt, called for collaboration among stakeholders to end the menace. She said, failure of people, which is where our conversation is having its bedrock on, to report these cases is responsible for the rise. When we come back after the news, we want to get to hear why people are continuing to, in quote, shield abusers. 90.3 Nigeria Info.
Headline News, Nigeria Info on 92.3. Headline News.
Hello, good morning. I am Ifeemi Andrew. Trial of Nnamdi Kanu Sunday Igboho resumes. President Buhari to leave for London today. Passengers stranded as Eleme Ogoni youths protest bad state of parts of Akbajo Elelewon Road. 28 students of Bethel High School regain freedom, 87 still missing. River State government to partner South Korea to stimulate economy. Business farmer in River State questions distribution of improved cassava stem to farmers, says more needs to be done to improve agriculture in the state. In entertainment, BB Nigeria Season 6 launched with 22 housemates, 5 contestants from River State. In sports, Robert Lewandowski receives Germany's Footballer of the Year award for second season running. On the foreign scene, floods hit London hospitals, homes, leads to closure of roads. Contact our newsroom at 0818 900 0017. Good morning.
Information when you need it. News as it breaks. Plus a chance to talk about matters arising. These and more you get on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Your number one talk, news and sports station.
To thrive in a fast-changing world.
Tune in to 92.3 Nigeria Info for the best of news, talk and sports 24/7.
Hello, Port Harcourt. Jude, it is one of those issues that we leave to our own ancestors because we believe they are better suited to handle these cases. How exactly do you punish a father for defiling a daughter? I do not support carrying people to the courts. Rather, let the community handle them. That is from Chijoke. Welcome back. Hello, Port Harcourt. My name is Jude. So this morning, before we get to the midday, we are having a conversation about a worrying trend. One on that we have representatives from FIDA say is on the rise in our beloved state, incest. She's calling for individuals to bring out defaulters, people who commit these acts, so that they can be properly punished. The question is, why in the first case are they being held or treated, in quotes, as a family issue? 017-923-0002, 017-923-0003, 08179230007, and then the female caller line is 017-923-0009. WhatsApp and Telegram available for us. It's on 0809-030-6416, and Facebook.com/Nigeria Info PH to join the conversation. Please, when you call in, do well to turn down the volume of your radio set. Please, if you cannot, right, maybe step away from the radio set so we can hear you and enjoy your conversation. Hello, Port Harcourt, 93. Olajide, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. I'm Olajide calling from Gumeki.
Welcome, Olajide. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Good morning.
You're welcome. Thank you. I think what I see in all this because of Western influence of African culture, you know. Because you discover that there are several practices that were alien to the African culture, like gay practice, homosexuality, but that is being accepted right now. You understand?
Okay.
And they are pushing those practices into our culture, and we are like imbibing them. So even this, what is it called now? What do you call it? This incest is talking about now.
Yes.
This time you see that if they buy it over there, even here in Africa, also.
But it's not. But Olajide, it's not being bought. To the best of my knowledge, anyway, it's not being bought anywhere. Incest.
That is for now.
Yeah, but the real challenge is, why are some people, shielding those who are caught and saying, "Oh, we will treat it as a family issue"? We want to know why. What exactly is the cause for that particular practice? Something wrong has happened. Why can't we punish them?
Okay, just like some callers, it's very shameful, like a stigma on the family, and so in order to protect the family and all of that, I think that is just simple. And because of other factors, like somebody mentioned, the police, drug issues in court, and also it was an economic this thing, one perfect. So all every factor put together all contributes to that. Okay, all right,
Olajide, it was a pleasure speaking to you. Thank you very much. Let's get to our WhatsApp page and get to read comments as well. 0809 030 6416 0809 030 6416. All right. When you want to send a message, please, it would be good to leave your name so I can know who I address it to. Okay. All right. Let's see now. Good day, Jude. Incest is happening increasingly these days, particularly when the man has economic power in the family. A lady friend told how her uncle, whom she lived with, pestered her for sex steadily, but she refused. The uncle threatened not to sponsor her despite the chores she did at home for them. Wow. It's a sad story to read. Hello, Port Harcourt. Jude, Nigerians are more inclined to settle because cases linger endlessly, with the victims receiving stigmatization and facing marital hindrances in the future, only to see the case eventually withdrawn. Why suffer your daughter and not get justice? Who is to blame? We should look no further. We should look no other place than the Attorney General of each of our 36 states and the Federation, and to the NBA and their tolerance for docile prosecutors. Can you imagine if Mr. Malami, Nigeria's AGF, or Professor Adangwe, the Rivers State Commissioner of Justice, take this as a matter of policy, personally investigated and prosecuted every reported case of incest or sexual offense against minors? Do you think a family would be bold enough to tell them that they want to settle it as a family? Even if they do, would you not charge them with conspiracy to cover up a case of incest or rape? Besides, such cases would suffer frivolous adjournment in court. As for the NBA, how many times have they sanctioned their members who are attorney generals or directors of public prosecution for professional misconduct? Text from Weibo. Some indicting comments there. All right, we'll go to a call shortly. Please just hang on. Let's get to read this message. The word outcast originated from acts like this. So that is why it is being shielded, because if the act is being heard by people around or third parties, it becomes a stigma to that family for life. Freedom is speaking to us all the way from Ile-Ife. Good morning, Freedom.
Good morning.
Good morning. I gather you're in Ile-Ife right now?
Yes.
Oh, good morning.
To be precise.
Oh, okay. Welcome. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Okay. But why are you painting this picture on uncles and fathers? But there are women also forcing themselves on their children or aunties or living aunties.
I did make mention of aunties forcing themselves on their nephews. I'm very sure I made mention of that.
All your callers are painting the pictures on men.
Okay, so now let's talk about it generally. Whether it's the man or the woman who is forcing himself or herself on minors, how exactly should it be addressed? And do you support the idea of, in quotes, keeping it as family? You solve it as family?
See, for me, what happened here in Ile-Ife about 6 months ago, let me say January or February.
Yes.
Same thing happened. And the family was trying to hide it. I don't know what happened. The thing blew out of proportion, and everybody heard about it. So even myself, anytime I see those family, I look them with different eye. I can't associate myself with them. There's this stigma that people look at them anytime something happens. That's why.
But don't you think the persons involved, whether male or female, should be punished?
Yes, by the law, yes, he should be punished. But with the society, the family always hide it because of the stigmatization.
Okay. All right, Freedom, thank you very much for speaking to us. Mufasa is on the line. He is in D line. Good morning, Mufasa.
Yeah, hi, Jude. Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome, please.
Yeah, thank you very much. Well, you see, I think in this regard, I want to believe, I may not have the statistics that, the girl child usually the most, victim in cases like this.
Yes.
Yeah, but without going deep into that, I think, having carnal knowledge of a minor, is indeed a very, very terrible thing to do. And where you now begin to see it in the home front, where you see cases where, fathers, uncles now become the predators, I think that's the whole new level of madness. And this issue of, making it a family affair, even though some people have actually posited that it's because of maybe trying to save the reputation of the family. I don't subscribe to that. Anybody who could do that, that person, need to have his brain examined.
But Mufasa, the last caller, Freedom, from Ile-Ife, all the way from Ile-Ife, said that, well, he heard of one, but he's not looking at the entire family in a certain type of way. He's not comfortable. He doesn't want to interact with them. Is it a question now of the society unfairly judging both the victim and those in the family?
Exactly where I'm coming to, Jude. If we have such cases reported to the authority, I mean, that person, after proper, examination of his mental faculty, to see that this person, deserves to live among human beings in the society, then there are consequences. I'm sure that we'll be seeing less of such cases. And in most times, the women are usually the ones that suffer the trauma. I'm talking about the mothers who could not, even if they want to report these matters to authorities, because of the fear of what we call stigma, family name, you see them, they live with this kind of psychological trauma. So I want to use the opportunity to call on mothers. If you find out that your husband, who is the head of the family, is abusing a minor who is your child, don't keep it to yourself. Bring it and speak it out, because that person is not just a danger to the home, to the daughters, that is also a danger to the society. That same individual can go out and abuse the child of another person. So let us not, begin to look at this issue of family name and all of that. A crime is a crime, and it should be treated as such. That's my position this morning, Jude.
Thank you very much, Mufasa. Great to hear from you. All right, just 10 minutes. So just 10 minutes or 9 minutes before we wrap up. Messages come through to 0809 030 6416, 0809 030 6416, and facebook.com/Nigeria Info PH. Hello, Port Harcourt. Good morning.
Hello, Jude.
Good morning. Welcome, please.
Good morning. This is T. Grace.
Welcome, Grace.
About this issue, my dear, people are saying, some of us are attributing it to the Western, what is happening in Western culture and all the rest of it. Jude, sure you have put this conversation for people to give their opinion, have you?
Yes, please.
Okay. Jude, the worst thing we'll do to ourselves is, lying to yourself. That's the worst thing you can do to yourself, lying to yourself. Jude, I am saying that, in fact, the security begins at home. Let's start from Port Harcourt here, River State. Jude, I am saying it, and I will say it again. Jude, the high rate of occult practice in this state is too much. Do you know that they have their different demands? You can be asked to go sleep with a mad woman. The other person might be asked to go sleep with his or her daughter. The other one, they have different things they ask them to do. So the thing is on the increase. I am telling you, so many of them in this state are into cults. Are you hearing me? And that is why the thing is on the increase. They are using their children, using other children, even in schools. If these children, most of them who are not staying with their parents, if they tell you what they are passing through, where they are living. Are you listening to me?
We're listening, rapt attention from honest.
So many of them are into calls. So warning, this, that, this. There are many, my dear. There are many.
It's sad.
There are so many. And then as for the judiciary, for those of them in the law area, I don't know what they are doing. I don't know what they are doing. I don't know what they are doing.
But they say a lot of the times when these cases are being reported to the police, before it gets to even the courts, for example, the lawyers come through, that the family members come and say, no, we'll solve it as a family issue. At least I know of one case in the past 6 months where the lawyers had to step in and say, no, this is not a family case. This is a case against the state. This is a crime, and we will prosecute it.
Look, nobody should look at it, take it to the family. Family has nothing to do with this issue. Even Bible has condemned it. Whether you are an atheist or whether you are a Christian or whether you are whatever, family has condemned it, and it is something. Oh my God, how can you sleep with your own child? A child who calls you daddy. Or a child, even my dad, well, that's why you don't go front, you don't come back. You see women too, all those small boys that are staying around them, their uncle, they are also doing it. So you can imagine a full-fledged lady opening her legs for a small child.
It's a problem.
God has a lot of things to judge.
It really is a problem. Freedom is on the line from Ileife. Let's get to hear from Freedom. Hello, Freedom.
Hello.
Yes, hello, welcome.
Morning, Jude.
Yes, good morning.
That last caller that I just called, Fidel. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Go on, Freedom.
She reminded me of something. When that man was caught in Ileife, they were like parading him, asking him questions. He was saying he was claimed by his occult member that the other man was an occult.
Oh dear.
He said that was his assignment to sleep with his daughter. So she just reminded me of it now. He said that was
the condition they gave him. Yes. Oh, that's terrible. Freedom.
That's not what he was confessing. That it was an assignment sent by the occult.
All right. Thank you very much, Freedom, for sharing with us. Felix is in the room with Dara. Good morning, Felix.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome, please.
Yes, most times why these things are always settled out of court, mostly by the family. In our African culture, we have a lot of problem of name, family name.
Okay.
And one thing happens to one person in that family, it becomes a stigma in the whole of that family. Take an example. Somebody wants to go and marry in a family. You will notice that they will go and find out if anybody in their family has been mad before. If anybody in their family has been a thief before. So that because they always have that mindset that if there's anything about that in that family, that means there will always be a trace of such kind of attitude in the family. So your family will not allow you go in. In the Western culture, it's not like that. They isolate every case to each person.
Okay.
But in our African culture, they don't isolate cases to each person. They make a case becomes a family issue. It becomes a man. This is so when someone wants to marry, I want to go and marry that kind of family where this kind of stigma has come in before. So most times, because of this type of cultural activities, has made many people not to be able to report it out. You say that like that. Now you are saying that the lawyer told them that this is a
Yes.
against the state, so you should crime against the state. What if you go say crime against the state, they went to the court, and the person, the victim denies that kind of thing did not happen? What will you do? Because somebody must have told the person that, look, this thing we want to settle out of court, and the lawyer said we must do it. And the person that you are going for said, no, the person did not do me that. You will just end up seeing that you have failed the case. So the best way, that's why most time people want to go back to the community and handle it, because they feel family issue is involved, family name is involved. These are the reasons why most times we don't report our cases to the court or take it outside.
All right, Felix, thank you very much. Well, there are arguments and views, but ultimately, as we wrap up, there is what should be the best thing to do? Good morning, Jude. This is on WhatsApp now. If a father is sleeping with his underage daughter, it's rape. And if it's consensual sex with his adult daughter, it's incest. Either case shouldn't be difficult to prove in court. The issue of stigmatization can only be resolved the way we attacked AIDS stigmatization, etc., through aggressive media and national orientation efforts. Let us not encourage people to keep silent because of stigmatization. That's from BOB. All right. Good morning, Jude. Stigmatization in any situation, especially sexually based offenses, should be treated as victim blaming and should not be tolerated. People that shame the victims should be treated as rape apologists. That's from B. Kelly. That's another big issue as well. The idea that, oh, look, someone has made mention, you don't want their daughters to go through all of this. And what's the guarantee that after the courts get through, that there's enough evidence and things like that, and obviously maybe a conviction is carried out, a sentencing. There's a lot. There's a lot of convolution here. Good morning, Jude. I think that why there's a high increase of incest should be as a result of the people who are not clearly related by blood, but seem to live together either by adoption or child born through infidelity. Because I can't imagine how a blood relative would be stimulated unless on ritual perspectives. That's from Dom in Port Harcourt. Jude, any man who sleeps with his biological daughter is cursed and will never end well. He is the devil himself. He has offended man and God. That's from Bob. He has offended man and God. Well, it leaves a very sour taste in the mouth when you get to hear these conversations as we wrap up. But it is sad, really sad to note that this is happening right here in Rivers State. It happens everywhere. This is enough to say that things are happening, but it does. But for the group talking about FIDA says, hey, look, there's an increase. And what is worrisome is that some people are now protecting these perpetrators from justice under the guise of, in quotes, family issues. We will resolve it. Well, please note, if you're listening to us this morning, if you know someone who's done that, please, it is not a family issue. It's a crime against the state, particularly when it's an underage individual, a child. That's, for lack of no, it's rape. Please, it is rape. And it should be called out wherever it is. One or two interesting messages on Facebook. I don't want to read it out. Those of you, like I said, who have access to data, get on Facebook and get to read that message. You'll be shocked. Some of the confessions that we get to have on this dial, even personal messages. It is very worrying. Well, news coming up shortly, and after that, Sunny Side. My name is Jude. Tomorrow, once again, 9 a.m. sharp. We'll be here. I'll be taking you through all the stories from around Port Harcourt and Rivers State. We'll be keeping our eye out on the protest. We'd like to get all the varying angles and views on the subject matter. and we'll be bringing conversations to you as always, bright and early in the morning. Do have yourself an enjoyable day. Later on in the day, Sam will be here with Let's Talk, and we'll also have a Daya come through with hard facts. The world of sports is not going to be left unattended to the Olympics in full swing. Britain and America taking gold in several competitions. What do the portents hold for Nigeria? Only time will tell. Thank you as always. My name is Jude.